Gonna try something different. I'll be outside here today. The sun's real bright. Standing here in the desert, it's probably about, I don't know, about, kind of feels like it's 70, but it's probably in the 60s, I suppose. This is gonna be day 6 of 9 for balance, and I really don't have much to say on this one, but I got my notes here. I got some other stuff I want to talk about. First thing I want to say is everything's been going good so far. I mean, this one's going to be off the notes. I haven't really had any urges being by myself out here. I haven't gone to town. I was thinking about this weekend. I want to probably go on another 3-day fast, because that 3-day fast, boy, I love actually starting to get addicted to that fasting. I just love it. I love how it makes me feel. I feel more humble and more peaceful and just real close, to the Holy Spirit. I might try maybe a 7-day or something. Maybe we'll see what happens. Maybe I would like to. Maybe someday probably get up to a 21-day or 40-day fast just to see how that feels. But I mean, other than that, there's not too much else that I've noticed. No gang stalking. Just some stuff I've really been thinking about. This stuff, from the past. It's kind of been bothering me a little bit. I notice how people want to be around me, like all the time. I could go anywhere. I could go to a church. I could go, just like right over here, someplace. There's people over here that have RVs and campers, and I just notice how people want to be around me all the time. But I understand why too. Is because I carry the presence of God, and the presence of God, every now and then He lets me feel that anointing, and it just feels like electricity and makes you feel good, basically. So that's, if I didn't have God, they wouldn't even care about me. So that's just the way it is, I guess. So it's always just a constant reminder to myself, is just to stay humble, and I guess I'm always going to be a loner, that's just the way it is as a chosen one, and usually it's like, if I'm around narcissist people, they like to drain your energy, and then when they get what they want out of you, they put you on some kind of a guilt trip to make it seem like it's your fault or something. Oh, I got your energy, but now I'm just going to treat you like crap now. Thank you, but no thank you. It's like they take your energy, and then I notice that's this constant intimidation when I'm driving, when I go to places like gas stations. They always try to stand up to me and try to act tough, like they're intimidated. There's like this, to me, it's just childish. It's just, these people got to grow up. They're always jealous about something. There ain't nothing to be jealous of. You can have what I have. You just got to put the work in, and I think a lot of people don't want to put that work in. A lot of these people, they lack that motivation, self-discipline, self-control. So that 6 of 9 balance is like everything's starting to taper out now, as if when I first started. I haven't really noticed any differences that much from day 0 to now. It's just like, before I was just like fearful and convicted and guilt and shame and condemnation, and now it's just almost as if like I don't even care anymore. It's now I have peace. My confidence is coming back. Everything's just more balanced. I guess that's why they call it balance. It's just everything, your emotions balance out. You're not all full of anxiety and panic and going all over the place, and so that's about it for that balance. I mean, there's a few more days yet. So another thing I wanted to talk about was growing up. I started chewing when I was 7 years old. I had my first chew from peer pressure, and I wished I would never even started chewing, because that was so hard to quit way back then. all them years. I quit off and on here and there, but I would say out of vaping, smoking, chewing was the hardest to quit. That was like the worst. Did so much damage to my gums and almost lost my teeth. And then when I got older, I started drinking. I got in. My mom always kept a stash of booze and whiskey and beer and stuff in the closet. And I would get in there with my friends. Me and my friends would go over there and we'd sneak in the house. And I started drinking when I was 14. And, it's like, I wished I would never started that. And see, a lot of this stuff I started when I was young, hanging around the wrong people on the reservation, being bullied by them, being made fun of, being teased all the time. They were always jealous of me. And see, that's another thing. Like, I've heard a lot of people on YouTube say, well, you're not chosen because you didn't grow up on EBT and food stamps and all this garbage. And it's like, hey, man, I'm not sitting there bragging about being chosen. I'm not sitting there talking about being, oh, yeah, I'm chosen. I mean, you know what chosen means to me? Going through hell. And I went through hell. I went through a lot of childhood trauma, as I think a lot of us have, and that's nothing to brag about. That's nothing to say, oh, yeah, I'm chosen. It's like, he chose us for a reason. His purpose, not ours. So I wish that a lot of these people would just grow up, and like I said, going to school, I was bullied a lot. I was picked on all the time, always by people bigger than me. Never people my size or smaller. They were always scared to fight me. I always had bigger people. Always. They were always scared of me. Most of my cousins, they're MMA fighters. They fought in UFC, MMA, and here I am out there. Just the only thing I can do is a little bit of boxing and wrestling. But, I was never scared to fight. It was just, I got probably beat up more times than I've won. But I think we all have, and it's just part of growing up, that peer pressure, hanging around the wrong people. Growing up too, I was really spoiled. I was stubborn. I was spoiled, and I always had video games. I always had toys and cars and He-Man and G.I. Joe. I had everything, but I never listened. Just my mother, she had a lot of boyfriends. She chose them boyfriends over me, and when I got in trouble, I never got a spanking with a belt or a hand. I got beatings. I remember one time she put a hanger around my throat and dragged me down the stairs backwards, and their boyfriend just beat the living heck out of me with a tree branch. And those are the things I remember, You never forget about stuff like that. You just, and it carries on as an adult. I forgive her, but you don't forget it, and it's just one of those things that it hurts. Even as you get older, it's that trauma, And a lot of people, when they grow up, they have, so they got two options. You can be an empath, you could be a narcissistic, and a lot of people end up turning to the bad. They turning narcissistic. They don't turn empath, Like me, I just happened to get lucky and ended up being an empath. My mother, she was an alcoholic. She smoked a lot of pot. So did I, though. When I grew up, I had my share of it too. The abuse was really bad. The emotional, the physical, the spiritual. Back then I didn't really believe in God, but I knew that there was always something out there. Was I anointed or not? I don't know, but I think maybe I was chosen, but I don't remember ever being anointed until I went to a place called Teen Challenge. Guy had a dream about me, make a long story short, he said I was anointed, so maybe I was anointed at birth. I don't know. I have no idea. I feel like when I say that, I feel like a cooling sensation in my belly by me saying that maybe I was anointed at birth. I think I was. I think the Holy Spirit just confirmed in my belly just now that maybe maybe I was. I don't know. But Then, you know, as I got older, I drank a lot, buried all those emotions, all that hurt, you know, and started getting in trouble, getting DUIs, getting into car wrecks, wanting to die, and just not wanting to be here, and then being lied to all the time, and being abused, you know, and being used, and you know, by the grace of God, I'm still here. If it wasn't for Him, I wouldn't be here. Um, I really don't have much other to say than that, but I got some other notes here. Uh, some of this stuff I kind of went over in other videos. I do want to read a couple scriptures. Deuteronomy 14:2. For you are a holy people unto Yahuwah Eloheka, and Yahuwah has chosen you to be a peculiar people unto himself above all the nations that are upon the earth. 2 Corinthians 1:21 and 22. Now he which establishes us with you in Mashiach or Christ, and has anointed us, is Elohim or God, who has also sealed us, and given the earnest of spirit in our hearts. And that's what I want to close with. It's just that telling me right there that, you know, you're chosen, peculiar people, anointed for His purpose. You know, whatever. And that there was two reasons why I came down to this desert. And the first reason was peace. God gave me His peace, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. And I still got it. I'm not complaining about it, but now I'm just waiting for my purpose, and I believe part of my purpose is probably making these videos. But right now, I don't really have a good setup. If I had an apartment, I would have a laptop, a better microphone, a better camera system. I could edit the software. I could, you know, there's so much more I could do. It's just, I could have a billboard in the background, you know, and I'm thinking about some other things in the future I want to talk about too. It's just more about the scriptures, the Bible, you know, the things the Most High has been showing me when I read the Word, and those are, you know, things I want to say too. But other than that, if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If not, give me a thumbs down. And I just pray and hope that I can get more subscribers, you know. And I'm not going to beg anybody, but if this is what I'm supposed to do, then maybe what I need to do on my part is probably let some people know, and, you know, see what they're going to do. But other than that, I hope you guys have a good day, and we'll see you on the next video. Yep.